What's going on, folks? Give me a little bit to get some people in. We're nearly done. Let's get this party started. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, let's start off with like the usual suspects, right? Like, what are NFTs up to? BP. Seems that NFTs have been like consolidating a little bit. Also not uninteresting. Finally got King Kaiser's okay, reached out to me. Very interesting. What about Famous Fox, Pepe? Is NFT dead? Is that a question or is that a statement? Question. No, I don't think so. Not at all. the fact that the price action right now is not a euphoric state doesn't mean like that the asset class is that, right? So like the question to you be, Pepe, would you rather buy your shit when it's cheap or when it's expensive? Right? So anyways, let's shine a little light on like the next guest. It's gonna be Geckos G8 from cheap, you guess, but it hasn't moved since 2021. Well, things take time, man. Like at the end of the day, like this is not an asset to flip, right? Like it's an asset to collect. And right now, if you like collecting this shit, this is the best time to, I mean, like historically speaking, it's the best time to start building up on a collection. What do you mean with what is your best NFT with in Solana? What do you mean? Which one do you think is the best to buy right now? I've no fucking clue. That's for you to decide, right? You do whatever you feel like is the best pick. I can say like what art I like the best. I can say what kind of community I like the best. But like the best in like return on investment, I've no fucking clue. It's no secret that I really like the EGOTs, right? I think EGOTs is exceptional, like historically speaking. But who knows what is the best? Like time will tell. What do you think? What do you think is the best, my man? To hold for the long term, well, I mean, it doesn't quite work like that, right? Like to hold for the long term, Matt Latz or Famous Fox, I guess. I think Famous Foxes are great technology, right? But to be fair though, like you're buying like rather a top than a bottom, right? Doesn't mean that it cannot continue going straight ahead. I think so. the thing though, right? Like, I don't feel like comfortable saying like whatever people should do. I feel comfortable saying what assets I like to collect the best, right? I think for my own personal use, I think DGOTs are an exceptional one because they've been really obliterated, right? And whatever goes up it comes down, and like vice versa as well. They have like a very, very, very good community of hardcore collectors, etc., etc. Matlets, I mean, like, I have no clue. Like, I truly do not. It's hard for me to say like something useful. 1 second, by the way, folks. I need to be back in. Give me a minute or two. I was muted the entire time. Damn. How are you doing, brother?
That's all right. Yeah, all good, mate. You?
Pretty good. Pretty good.
Do I just share that link that you sent?
No, not that one. Like I can share you like the broadcast one.
If you give us a broadcast one, I'll put the post up now.
Sure. Otherwise, we have like a bunch of geckos entering the stream.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, 2 seconds. Let's just get this post down. Promotion 1, is that your tag? Is that your... That's all right, is it?
No. What do you mean by my tag?
Your Twitter. NFT.
Oh, it's the NFT cat_soul.
There you are. Right.
Tell me when you're ready and let's start.
Oh God, I need to just edit that and put edit post. I know. At Galactic. Oh my God, Galactic Geckos. Update. Right, there we are. Let's just share that in the copy link. Stick it in the Discord. Public chat. Go. Public. And hold a chat, and that should do. Right, yeah, hold on.
My man, how are you doing?
Yeah, good morning. Yep, it's a good day. Just looking to see if there was any grails listed overnight. It's usually how I'll start the day. See if there's any geckos there available to snipe. But yep.
Why don't we do it together?
Go for it. Let's have a look.
Let's have a look.
I did see a spectral go get listed the other day, and that's an absolute banger that would fit right in my collection.
Which you know what? Like, this is like the part with geckos. I have absolutely no fucking clue what I'm looking at. Like, it's
go to recently listed, where it says price low to high in the top right.
Yep.
Go, click that. Yeah. Look at that one. The one that's 1008, the spectral, the one with the second row down, fourth from the left.
Oh, that one is nice.
Yeah, that's that's my sort of gecko.
What makes it like this one in particular so good for anyone who feels like they're all kind of looking the same?
That's the beauty of being part of this community. Is I've been here 4 years, and still I check the listings, and still I see something that stands out and thinks that's just incredible. That's just an incredible piece of art. It just screams to me, buy me and put me in your collection. But there's other people who look at different ones. I mean, there's people that would look and say, let's have a look. Top right, there's a neon sitting there for 1562, or no, just on the second row to the left. So the neons, they typically trade 4 times the floor price. So that's a steal.
It's a decent number as well, right? Like number 41.
So the 41, I mean, there's 10,000 in the collection, and the number's just like arbitrary. Doesn't matter. But what matters is, in a collector perspective, which is it's kind of what most of us do. You don't get many flippers in the gecko community, which is generally why you don't have a great deal of volume, because people buy, collect, and stake. So, it's more the traits. I mean, geckos have 162. I want to say that's right. 162 individual traits. all with their own lore. They've all got a story, every single trait. So neons are very, very undervalued sitting there. I think if I was to go to the filter and we go to traits, body, neon. Yeah. So you're sitting at 15, 15, 18, and then 40. So there's 3 neons that are an absolute steal there. And then look at the price. Then it starts to get to normal.
I mean, like, correct me if I'm wrong, but this one looks like fairly good, if I were to guess.
Well, I mean, a lot of us really like the neons on a black background, which is the Tagari faction. There's 4 factions for geckos. There's Barada, red, Allura, purple, Martu, green, and Tagari, black. And they all have their own backstory as well. So that's part of the joy of collecting. You're not just... I think what a lot of people have done when they start collecting geckos, they think, oh, I'll buy one. And then they're like, okay, well, I need a faction set, so I need one of each background. And then they do that. And then people then start to match the traits. So you just never stop collecting. I mean, that's how I started. I bought one, and now I've got 38. So,
I mean, like, geckos is like quite something, right? Because like, as far as I'm concerned, they're definitely within like the blue chips within Solana, right? I think like it's fair to say you have DGOTS, Matlas, Famous Foxes, SMB, Geckos, and shit, there's one more. I reckon there's one more. Is that it? Oh, Klenos. There we go. What would you say?
Sorry.
Please go ahead.
So you're talking about OGs. I mean, the main reason that I would bracket geckos in OGs is it doesn't matter whether it's a bull market, a bear market, NFT season, meme coin season, DeFi season, whatever. Nothing changes. Like, we all just enjoy collecting and chatting and having fun with it. So at no point has like the standards dipped in terms of community. We always, I mean, we talk about collecting, which is the whole premise of, NFTs, collections and things like that. But there's much more to it. If anyone, when you join the garage, the way you collect is you need funds, you need money. So the alpha, and I know people talk about alpha and Telegram groups and join here and make unlimited money. Doesn't work. You join the garage, you're in a community with adults, and we preach safety, we preach risk management, and we preach like teaching, bringing people up to speed with either trading, investing, whether it's crypto, whether it's stocks, using things like DLMM strategies, for Meteora. So rather than just aping into meme coins and watching your money evaporate, you can use DLMMs to give you some sense of safety, make money on the way up, make money on the way down. So the reason it's a blue chip is because it actually provides something. It provides knowledge and learning and the ways to actually make some money. And then if you do decide you want to use that to collect, that's what you do. I think you'd be hard pressed to find a better or a stronger community that actually cares about enriching holders rather than enriching founders.
So what would you say like the premise of geckos is? Like what's at the base, right? Like if we're just like if we're looking at Famous Foxes, it's obviously their platform and their missions. When it comes down to like DGOTS, for example, it's die-hard collecting versus having like this counterculture thing going on. What would you say is what makes like a gecko a gecko?
It's collecting. It's going back to like before the digital age. I mean, when you're a kid and you get your dinner money, or I remember when I was a kid, and you'd go out and buy sticker packs. Whether it was like FIFA football cards, whether it was like, I think Street Fighter was one of my favorites, but you don't ever stop collecting. You don't ever stop having a hobby and collecting. Most people will go along with that. Obviously, everyone's different, whether it's Pokemon cards, whether it's digital, whether it's physical. People collect whiskies, people collect editions of books.
True.
And that's what it is. The whole premise is just collecting and actually having fun with it, because if this was a flash in the pan, like a part of a hype, and then just fade off, then it would have faded off. But the fact you've got people still buying, still collecting, and still getting excited about matching traits, and that will come into play in future. I know obviously you've been in the Discord a little bit. You'll see people talking about Redacted, which is a TCG game. So that opens up the possibilities of people collecting and taking particular traits off the market while strengthening their own card or deck or hand, if you want. But I think the other thing with Geckos is as well, you have to kind of speak about the staking, because originally we decided, we'll do 1 month, 3 month stake, and it's a show of loyalty to the project. And if there's any rewards like airdrops, they'll be factored in. And we did 3 months. I think the longest was 6 months. And then we started asking as a community. It wasn't pushed on us. We said we wanted to do a year staking called hero staking. So essentially, you lock the NFT in your wallet. It doesn't leave your wallet or go anywhere, but it's locked, non-transferable, can't sell, can't trade, anything like that. And people thought that was absolutely ludicrous. Like why would you lock up? Why would you pay for something and then essentially stop yourself selling it for a year? Just madness. But then we said, actually, that's not long enough. We'd like to stake forever. We're getting bored of having to every 12 months unlock it and lock it again. So why don't we just lock them forever?
Sure.
Which again, in any rational conversation, it's difficult to explain to people. It's just nuts. But I think as of now, I'm going to get you the actual correct figure. I think it's 872. No, 838 have been immortalized. So that's 8.3% have been taken off the market, never to be sold. They can't be transferred. They can't be sold. That's it. They're gone.
Is there like a rational thought process behind it?
Well, I mean, I've got 38 geckos. I've immortalized 16, some of which you can see up there.
Those are like the tombstones.
No, because I've got I don't know what this is. I've got a little boy, a mini gecko, and
nice.
I've got them tiles up around the house in his bedroom. The whole rationale is I've bought them, they're mine. I don't want anyone else to have them. I've collected them. I've got no intention of selling them. So why don't I just lock them forever? They're completely safe. They can't be drained. If there's any rewards come, and there's been huge rewards in the past, I don't have to worry about if they're staked or not, or clicking a dodgy link. There's nothing can happen to them. So the rationale is I'm an adult. I've paid for them, and they're mine. So it's something which another 830 odd people have done. So I think we average 2 a day, 1.6 a day or something.
That's a lot, actually.
Yeah, I mean, I think what's the other stat? We've got 4,700 staked for a year. So you've basically got like nearly 2/3 of the collection are long-term staked,
which is a lot. Let me share you something with my experiences, right? Like I've always been like very intrigued about the geckos. I'll tell you one thing. People, as far as I've came across, don't really like the art. I like the art a lot. Actually, I think it's unique, right? Like it's kind of Ed Hardy-esque in a way. I think it's easily to like. But more than anything, I am really impressed by the community itself. I think like I've been in like the public chats like a few times, and like I have yet to experience something like remotely as like a as a bad experience. Like always extremely friendly, extremely helpful. What's up with that? Like, is it a top down kind of thing? Is it a is like this atmosphere kind of infectious? Like, what's up with that?
So I think, I mean, we'll go back to the first point, the art. Like I say, art's completely subjective. There's some people
Yeah.
will love it. There's some art that I see people going crazy for, and that doesn't tick my boxes. But if you go back to this, it's all hand drawn. There's no the art was done by Gossip Goblin, who's doing massive things at the minute in terms of like the AI stuff, and he's had stuff on MTG, Magic the Gathering. But the art is basically space lizards and lasers, which I know I'm a grown man, but like that that ticks my boxes. That, you know, as a kid, dinosaurs and lasers, brilliant. So yeah, subjective. If people like it, but it would be a pretty boring world if we all like the same stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
With regards to community, it doesn't matter whether you're in public chat, doesn't matter whether you're in holder chat, it doesn't matter whether you've got one gecko, it doesn't matter whether you've got 100. You'll be treated the same, and that's the way it should be. There's no kind of like superiority or will superiority sort of thing. And the whole thesis, the whole point of GGSG is everyone wins together. You know, like you come into the garage and you learn and you enjoy, and you just enjoy being part of a community. And that's what, when you go to collector things like, let's like say like MTG or Pokemon and things like that, you don't sit and play this in the house. You go out and you meet people, and you sit and you play these things over the table, and you foster like a community spirit. I've never been in one Discord like the garage. Like I said, I've been there 4 years. I've dotted around in the early days just trying to get a feel of things. Got rugged a few times, which wasn't fun. There's nothing like the garage. And if you think when NFTs kicked off in 2021, you had a pretty brutal bear market after that. Not just for NFTs, but for everything. And I only seen one Discord where there was a mental wellness channel where people could go in. Don't have to be talking about crypto. You could be talking about like your feelings, what's happening with the market, how it's affecting you, and people rallied around, shared experiences, and supported one another. And I mean, to this day, I don't go in very many Discords at all, but that was a massive thing for me, because it's very easy to check out, and it's very easy to get negative and do silly things. We as a community rallied around everyone, and I was so proud of that, because that was just an initiative from the community. Let's get a separate channel. Let's make sure everyone knows we're here to support them, whatever decision they make. If they decide that they don't want to deal with the volatility and move on. But you've always got our DMs open to chat if you need to and you want to come back. Those people that stayed strengthened the position. You know, it's about being around adults, because ultimately, you know, if you're buying a collection, and again, I go back to, it doesn't have to be an NFT, can be anything. You're paying money, and if you see that drastically drop down, or you see the market drop down, some people will struggle to handle it. Some people might be younger, some people might be older, and it's just finding that balance.
It's true. That's true. For anyone tuning in, can you maybe like clarify, like, what's your role within Geckos?
Mine?
Yes.
So I suppose an official role, moderator, but the beauty of the garage is everyone's working together, and we're all volunteers. No one gets paid. And the biggest one of that is Genuine Articles, the actual project lead. I mean, that guy, 12, 14, 16 hours a day, every day. And I'm talking every day: Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, Boxing Day, New Year's Day. I've been away at work over like the Christmas period, and I've just checked in on the garage, just quickly see how people are. Genuine's in, talking to people, keeping the vibes up. Like you say, you've got multiple people with different roles. So some people might be more specialized in crypto and stocks, some might be specialized in NFTs or liquidity providing and things like that. But there's no official role per se in a paid role. It's just we all just do it because we enjoy it. So my role is just keep things active during the UK hours.
That makes sense. So that's interesting. So there's no moderation team within Geckos, for example.
Yeah, there's a moderation team, but it's not. It doesn't have a like you don't. I'm not saying you don't get anything for it. It's just something we do because we enjoy it. Like, and I think from going in other Discords, some Discords need some heavy moderating. Like there's some and especially in stressful times, things get out of hand, things get said that shouldn't get said. I can probably count on one hand the amount of times I've known anyone have to deal with anything in the garage because it's just somewhere that people go and chill out and enjoy being part of the community. I can't think of times that I've had to moderate anything strongly over 4 years.
Gotcha. I mean, like, that's special though, isn't it?
I believe so because I was kind of spoiled and I kind of picked Geckos as my first choice, and then I started to, people are talking about this project, that project. I thought, I'll go on, I'll throw a couple of sol in, I'll join that community, and I went in and I was like, good lord, this is like pitchforks and torches here. I was like, I'm not sure I want to be spending my time in here. So I am quite lucky, but then you foster what you want in your community, and sometimes you do have to see other things and say, right, if I see that happening here, that's getting knocked on the head quickly. And
sure. So I'm also like the NFT drama channel, right? Like, can we name drop a few of those horrible Discords, or do you want to keep it to yourself?
Oh God, no. I mean, it's more when people. So a lot of people buy something because of hype, because a price has been at a certain price before, or an airdrop scheme, or there's a lot of promises, and when then things don't happen, people suddenly realize, hang on, I've spent X amount of money on this, and it was all just fluff. None of it's going to happen, and people go crazy. And certain like projects rather than NFTs, but like people buy or use a product thinking they're going to get X amount of returns in airdrops, and it doesn't happen. And things get wild. I mean, it's like watching it's like watching EastEnders. It's like watching a soap. People just start going nuts, and it's like, right, I don't want to spend my time that I'm allocating to sit on the computer watching people in and go crazy. So then I just leave.
I mean, that was interesting with MATLATS, right? With what went down there. We actually had Matt Coach on a little bit ago. But yeah, I mean, like, at the end of the day, it literally comes down to, like, what are you buying? And that's art, like digitalized art on the blockchain. And whether it will bring you a bunch of airdrops or like nice to haves or whatever, but like, essentially, like, the only thing you can be somewhat sure of is that the art is going to exist in the future, as long as like the hosting is being paid, right, for the JPEGs.
It goes back to, and I know I keep going back to it, right? But if I was to go in the garage now, and you see, so we had a new holder, someone joined yesterday. And everyone's going crazy since like 10 o'clock this morning, welcoming this person in. But you've only got to like literally join and scroll, and someone will be talking about a particular trait. Like, have you seen this? Or we'll be joking about the name of it, or what it could do in the game. Like, people just enjoy the art and have fun with it. If airdrops or if bonuses or whatever come, fantastic. But you can't have that as a main selling point, because if they dry up and things get, people postpone airdrops. People say, oh well, it's not the right time to drop. If your sole factor is buying something because you expect something for free for holding it, you're just setting yourself up for disappointment. You have to be able to, and you have to just be able to like say, right, I'm buying this and I'm enjoying the art and I'm enjoying being around like-minded people. And if anything comes of it, great. If it doesn't, you've got that particular piece of art. I mean, I go back to them. I've had them up on my wall for like 3 years now. Like I can't fail to turn around and just smile at them. And my little boy loves them as well. So
I think like that's like a very mature collector's mindset, and like it kind of it sounds crazy, but it actually like sounds like you knew what you were getting yourself into, rather than just like being disappointed at life. And as you said, like setting yourself up for all disappointment at the end of the day, right? Like you're buying digitalized art, and nothing more or nothing less. Um, I fully agree there. I fully agree.
but even like if I take my little boy out on a weekend and we're going to the city centre, pick up a pack of Pokemon cards just to keep him entertained on the train or the bus or whatever. There's no expectation there. We've literally cracked open the pack, looked at the cards, laughed at the names, laughed at the art, like the picture, whatever it is. That's it. But you've literally just paid for something, and now you're sitting enjoying it. Like I've got no expectation that I then get that pack and take it and sell it for £20 because I've paid for it. You know what I mean? It's
for sure.
People have to strip it back and just enjoy art and enjoy community. You've got nowhere to go down from that.
No, like I mean, like I fully agree there. Let's for the sake of it, right? Let's say it's more than just art and community, and it's about like some kind of a common goal, some kind of a journey, right? Like you see like a lot of these I mean, like it is kind of a journey of like the team and the community to where they are right now, and where they're gonna grow together, hopefully in a bull market. But like, well, as time takes on, like more than likely you're gonna be at some kind of another place than where we're sitting right here, right now. Is Geckos like? Is there some kind of a internal journey in that sense? Like, is there somewhere geckos are trying to grow towards? Is there anything you can tell us about that?
So, I mean, we went through obviously the bear, and we talked about. So when you stake your geckos, you get a token, which isn't a token that you can sell. It's I don't know what you call them, SPL tokens or something, but you can tell my technology is absolutely horrendous, which is why I just buy pictures. But yeah, so it's not a token you can trade. Yeah, so it's called cred, and essentially it's like an XP in a game. You're playing a game and you build up your experience and something. So it's a token there, and it's been hinted at that. When you stake, you receive it. The longer you stake, the more you get per day, and then you'll be able to use that as like an in-game mechanic. So whether that's the animation station where you can animate the traits on your gecko, bring it to life. I know that over the last year, AI's made that possible, but some of it's horrendous. And these are all hand-drawn traits, remember, and the animation was actually done by artists. So that's going to bring them to life. We've got the fifth faction. So as we spoke about before, you've got the four factions, the background colors, and the fifth faction has been written into the lore, the whole story behind geckos. And one day they will come, and you need cred for that. And the big thing this year has been Redacted, which is a TCG game, like Pokemon. So we've had Immortal Stakers, which is the Immortal Staking long, like non-transferable, you know what I mean? Forever staking. And then Hero Staking, which is 1 year. So they've had access to the card game and you can play it. And again, cred will be used in there. So the long term is you're buying something, you're holding it, and then you're getting rewarded with, experiences and games. What happens with GGSG in the future? Like where we go with it with regards to like integrations into things or animations or storytelling, I don't know, but I do know that if you've got the amount of lore and backstory on every particular trait or every particular gecko, then it's endless. the possibilities are endless, whether it's real world stuff or whether it's digital stuff. There'll be no slowing down. Genuine. He's very experienced in this sort of thing in the real world assets and the TCG stuff. So I would never bet against him. Just you place your trust in a man who shows up for every day for 4 years. I mean, you question he's if he's just a lunatic, but he is there every day. I can vouch for that.
That makes sense. So you know what, like talking about lore and the traits, like is there like any possibility that we can get through some of the traits and like you basically tell about your favorite lore within your favorite traits?
Yeah, I'm just gonna figure out how to do that. Where's my phone? Because would you believe, at my time of life, I will try and find a website. I'm just giving you an example. Blah, blah, blah.
Sure.
This is where preparation really plays key, doesn't it? Okay, so I've got a traits folder on my phone.
Okay.
So rather than me trying to dig out websites and screenshot everything, let's have a look. What you got on there? Wormholes. Oh yeah, okay. So I've got wormholes. So look, that's the nebula wormhole. So you see, it's got the actual gecko, the trait, and then the storm.
Yeah.
So, I mean, yeah, I've got a folder full of these. but sometimes it's nice. Sometimes it's just, you know, I've had times before I've been sitting with my little guy and we've been looking at geckos, like, you know, which one do you think we should pick next? And then we'll go to the traits and we'll read it. And some of them, I think you had a mischievous squatter up there before. I've got a squatter somewhere, I'm sure I have. Miniature geckos. Yeah, so I mean, like I call my little boy Mini Geck, and there's the trait, miniature gecko.
He likes them too.
Oh yeah, he's like you say, he has them on the wall, and I mean he's 8 now. He's a little bit older. I mean, you think when I started collecting these with him, he was 4, and we had the geckos on the wall, and we were sitting putting rockets up and down the wall, and you know, just having fun with it. And again, that's what you should do. I think one of the big attractions for me when I first started was like, one thing I was always puzzled with NFTs was why you always seem like most of the traits were like smoking cigarettes or doing whatever, and I'm like, I wouldn't be too keen putting that on my child's wall or doing colouring in.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And like you say, lizards, lasers. It's what every kid wants, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, like, I can kind of understand why you would basically not put like a bloodied, dying D-God on like your son's wall.
Yeah, I mean that would go on my wall, but I wouldn't put it on his.
Yeah. No, I hear you. And there's nothing wrong with that, and even better, I think like that's like the fun thing about like NFTs. Whatever you like, more than likely there's gonna be something to your liking, right?
Yeah, 100%.
So what are some of like the you mentioned on like the neon skin, right? Like what are some of like the other like with deep lore within like the community?
Okay, so I mean, with the deep lore in the community, I mean, the best way to explain it is you've got your 4 factions, and then if you were working up like the Grail scale, if you like, then if you're looking at skin color, you're then up from normal. You're looking at what you're seeing there, spectral black or ghostly white for the skins, and then neon is the top.
Spectral black or ghostly white. Yeah, I mean, like that's
they usually trade above floor, usually 1.5 above floor. I can't stop looking at that 6396. You're gonna have to get that off the screen or I'll buy it.
It's a nice looking one.
It's got the funky.
I like the cohesiveness, and also with like the purple background with like the pink kind of triangle. What was it, like the Illuminati triangle there?
Yeah, I think I really do think that's incredibly mispriced.
What would you price this one at?
Oh, what's the floor at the minute? About 8. I'd probably say 16.
Really?
I think it's an absolute banger. The one next to it is just See, so we always call the if it's got a pet, let's say, so that is oh god, it's a viral intruder. If you scroll on down, isn't it? Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I can't be on a live stream and get the trait names wrong.
Fair point.
That's me sacked. So yeah, I mean, again, that's just a really clean looking gecko, good head trait, and I've seen the animation for the viral intruder, works perfect. Again, I think that's a bit mispriced.
I mean, like the black ones look pretty fucking good to begin with, right? Like, I think it's easy to like, and like equally like the white ones. This has been sold like a few days ago, but like that's good art.
Yeah, it's like you say, there's some of the traits people are like, some they don't. I just think that's absolutely wild. That one, these head cannon looks completely baffled as to why he's there. Well,
I'll tell you this much though, from an outsider looking in, I think like geckos are like very, very, very hard to get in. As in, like it's hard to give you like a good feel on what's rare and what's not, because like it's a whole bunch of chaos, right? And that's for someone to like or not, but like I don't mind it at all personally.
I think a lot of it goes down to, I could sit here now and tell you like that ghostly at 8322. Like I think the colours absolutely pop on that. I think it's great. I would prefer it didn't have the armor trait. But the beauty of collecting and the beauty of art is, I'm looking at that thing and yeah, that's a decent gecko. I'd probably add that to my collection. Someone might just sit and say that's absolutely hideous. You know, it's some people like the clean ones. Some people like where you've got like 7 traits on it, and that's the joy of it. Like you say, it's what's in my collection might not be suitable for someone else's.
I'm looking at the royalty, so like 7.5%. That's very high, right? Why is that?
Is it? I don't know. Is that high? Like you said,
Yeah,
because like, if it's high, it's probably because when obviously geckos when they started, there was no geckos have never raised anything. They've never. If we go back to the original story, so it was minted out in 2021. The original team enjoyed the mint funds, let's say, and then tried to kind of extract as much as they could. And I think it was well into 7 figures. So the project got taken over purely for the love of the art and the project. It got taken over. It got bought out. And that was a very stressful time for the people who took it over, which was Genuine and a few other people. And they started with like a deficit. So geckos have never had like a raising round. They've never added a new collection or a new way to boost the treasury, if you like. So,
oh damn!
I think if the royalties at 7.5 are high, then that would be a reason that they've never been diluted. There's never been anything to raise funds. And I mean, I don't have a lot of knowledge or say on other projects, but we're all volunteers. No one gets paid for it, and we have one dev who gets a salary of some sort. I don't know what it is or what have you. So yeah, if that funds, if that helps drive whatever Genuine's doing in the background, then that's the decision that's been made. I think
it makes sense.
It makes sense when you launch a project and you raise an absolute shed ton of money and you don't go and blow it on things you shouldn't.
No, I mean like that definitely makes sense. I wasn't aware that like Geckos was a CTO project.
Yeah, so they launched in, I think was it September 2021? So I mean that. What year is it? That's bad. 2026. So yeah, I mean you're coming up to 5 years. And like you say, the initial run up, and then you had the bear market back down to like a couple of sol or whatever it was, which was the
Sure.
minute price.
That's interesting. Very interesting. I mean, like I wasn't aware. That's actually crazy. So basically, like Genuine is like together with his team, he's just like building this from the ground up, while they actually had like, I mean, it's as you said, like starting at the deficit only makes things harder, right? Without they need to be harder.
You've got to think that this is all Genuine's personal funds. Like,
Wow.
but when this was bought out, and I can't mind on what the buyout was, and obviously I wasn't privy to the terms and things like that. But you've literally got someone who has just continued collecting for the love of collecting, has over 500, and I'd probably say more now, geckos in his own collection. Which, if you just value that, just give me a calculator.
Is he the number one or number two?
Yeah, Genuine's like the number one, and like you say, we don't have a team. Genuine's the project lead, and we all chip in. So let's just say he has 550 geckos. And
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, that's some crazy fucking collection right here.
Yeah, I mean, if you've just got to think what his collection's worth at the minute. That's absolutely ridiculous. That one.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's Genuine's actually.
Yeah, I'm looking at this wallet right now.
Oh, this is. Wait, go to the top left. Yeah, I've been hounding him for that. The top left, the spectral. I just think that's absolute chaos. I love it. I've been hounding him for so long for that.
This one is pretty cool as well, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, so it's a treble ultra. Yeah, it is, because it's got sunbeams, which is an ultra trait, augmented mouth, ultra trait, wormhole, ultra trait. Yeah, I mean, there's only him would own a treble ultra. That's just ridiculous.
I saw like the one gecko actually like getting listed for sale recently. Like, wait, isn't this like the gecko?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, that's like you say, that's the your kind of mascot, isn't it?
Isn't that like the one everyone and their mom uses as like the icon, etc., etc.? I think it is. Right?
The eye's different. The eyes, that's the stone glazy eye. But it's pretty close. It's pretty close to the actual GGSG gecko, which has got that eye there. But yeah, there's so just like you say, that one, even that one there.
This one.
Yeah, just with the glorious trespasser, the head pet. That one, I think's an absolute banger of a gecko. That one. But like you say, it all comes down when you're talking about who do you want to lead your project? Who do you want to actually be the person running your project? And you've got Genuine, who just literally all he does on when he's like in the Discord and when he's working, he's just trying to make everything better for holders. Not trying to make the whales happy, making sure they get all the opportunities. In fact, it works the other way around. We all in the higher group, if you like, of people who've got a bigger collection. You know, we're always getting our heads together and trying to how to bring everybody else up to our collection size. So if you've got someone at the helm who wants to see everyone win and who doesn't just sit there and say, buy geckos, he actually does it himself with profit. So if he's doing a DLMM and makes a particular win, then you sure as hell if there's a mispriced grail there, it's going into his wallet. So if the lead of your project is continuing to collect, that's what you want to see.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, like if the guy at the top is bullish, then that should send some, I mean, like it could send somewhat of a message to like anyone remotely interested, right? Yeah, I mean, like I find it very fascinating.
I mean, if he doesn't win, none of us win. So if he's got 550 or 600 or however many geckos he's got, like, he has a vested interest to
Oh yeah,
keep the project going, to build it out as much as he can, and to make sure holders are happy. Because once the whole deck of cards come down, he would be the biggest loser. So, and like you say, you see Genuine's love of it. And if you've got a project lead who genuinely is interested in holders and is genuinely happy collecting, then that's all you want as a collector.
absolutely. So can you maybe like tell something about like the hardships within like the ecosystem over like the past few years? Have there been like any events which were like weighing in like heavily on like the community, or like what are some of like the the harder times you've experienced?
I think the harder times is, I mean, broadly across the board, whenever a bear market comes, if it's because of the massive age range we've got in there, you've got people who've been through 3 bear markets, and you've got people who've just joined and have never been in a bear market. So when people are struggling, if you're in a community that's just brand new, or it's a cash grab or things like that, then it can be a horrendous time. And I remember, well, like you said, it must have been 2022. That bear market was brutal. And I'm sure you'll know yourself, one of the worst things about bear markets is people get desperate. So people like scammers look for opportunities and they target people. And
Oh yeah,
you know,
yeah,
one of the best things about staking for us is that gecko can't be taken. And if anything happens to your wallet, say that you fell for a job scam, a Zoom call, click this link for whatever money, it sounds ridiculous, but it does happen. People get desperate, people will try, and people will fall for it. And in the garage, there's certain things we can do to help people. I've seen Genuine many times when there's been someone on X saying, like, beware of this scam, this has happened. You've got all the daft comments underneath, like from like spam accounts, trying to further scam you. And then you've got Genuine saying, like, if you've got any gecko products or you've got anything from the garage, like, reach out, and one of the mods or someone will be straight in touch and offer some very basic but very quick safety advice or safety tips. And we've seen people drained, we've seen people lose massive amounts, and it's horrible. And that's why I love being in there, because no one's there dancing on someone's grave because they owned another project and they've lost everything. Everyone's there just trying to help. And I'm sure yourself, if you've been in the NFT game long enough, or crypto, you'll have seen these scams, and they're horrendous, and what they can do to people.
oh yeah.
Being part of a mature community who only wants to help is an absolute blessing.
Yeah, I mean, like the scamming part within the space is such a, I mean, like, it just sucks, right? I don't know, like, I don't think there's anything which can be done, because like that's like the I guess like the counterpart, or like the counter argument against like the anonymity kind of things, right? But yeah, I will tell you guys this though, or like anyone like tuning in, I always see like the garage and Genuine, both like within Discord as well as like on Twitter, step up like extremely efficient and extremely fast always.
Yeah, I mean, it's like you say, speed is critical when something like this has happened. I mean, you'll even notice yourself, I think you were in public chat, and someone will come in and say, want to buy a gecko OTC, and fair enough. But the first thing that's going to happen if you do that is you're going to have scammers who are sitting there just waiting, and they're going to DM you saying, and we're always quick to point out, like, do not, if you get a DM now, do not answer it, because someone is going to try and engineer your soul from you. And
Absolutely.
it does happen. It's desperate and it's sad, but these people, it's a career for them, and they won't stop. And when it comes to bear markets, when it comes to people who've invested, that maybe an amount they shouldn't have, and then an offer comes up for a job, or I love you. I've had them. Like, I love your gecko. I'd like to buy it for 50 sol. Yeah, sure, no problem. Of course you do. And it's easy to see. If you're completely clear of mind, you can sit and look at it and say, no, that's an obvious scam. But if you're going through tough times, there's a chance you're going to go along with that. And not only do you lose your asset, but you've just been scammed and you're on a list for future targets.
It's true. Oh, yeah. It's true. I mean, damn, man, like it's true. Like I'll tell you this much though, like I do kind of feel that some discords are definitely more prone to it than others. Right? Like I'm not sure why that is. If I just like compare it, like mids and DGOTs often are like quite safe as for like scamming purposes, but that does not like I mean, like I've been scammed once, right? Like within like the DGOT server, solely like myself to blame, etc., etc. But like equally, it sucks. It's just like interesting food for thought whenever you go to like certain servers within the space, that like one server is like somewhat scam free and the other one is just infested with scammers.
Yeah, and the worst thing is it's so easy. You could be sitting on a nighttime having a beer, glass of wine, whatever, and you're in one of the discords. Now I know when I was like doing the Monad thing, I was like farming all the different discords and trying to get whitelists and all that.
Oh yeah.
And that, nothing against Monad, I'm just using that as an example. But you've seen the amount of links that would come up, like click this for whitelist, click this, and you say to yourself, you're a sensible person, you would never click it, but that one beer or the glass of wine, and you just think, yeah, go on, I'll click it. Woof, drained. Like, it terrifies me. So that's why I'm in the safety of the garage and the security in the garage, the what Genuine's put in, various bots and things like that. Don't get me wrong, it's not 100%, but sure as hell, like you cannot post anything in there. Mods, we can post an X link like I did today for people to view this, but the security is very, very tight, and that's all down to Genuine realizing that people will go to any length to do untoward things, and whatever we can do to stop it. Sure, at first people were complaining, like I want to post this link, I want to do that. No complaints now.
Isn't it crazy that you basically have like these two facets, right? On the one hand, you're getting absolutely obliterated by either one of these fucking scammers as soon as they have like the opportunity to. But on the other hand, I was talking to like the founder of like Misfits Order about this. You're kind of okay to just have these raw dog kind of traits to where you've never met someone in real life, but you've built like this relationship with them to where you're completely fine just like sending off your asset, expecting like the funds to return. And I mean, like, unless you're getting impersonated, like it out of like 100 times, like it goes well like 99.999 times.
Yeah, but like you say, what about that 0.1%? That's what these people chance on. It's it's literally just keep throwing a handful of pebbles into a river, and one time you'll get your target. It's the relentless and I mean, you go into like So what we'll usually do is, like, obviously we'll welcome them and have a chat in the Discord, but then after a couple of days, we'll send them a DM and we'll say, how's your experience? Is there anything we can help with? How have you found everything? But what we'll do is first we'll tag them and hold a chat and say, by the way, tag, I've DM'd you just to let you know it is a genuine. Yeah. Because people will leave, it blows my mind. People will send a picture of me, like of my profile picture and my username, but change one digit. And like it's sad, but people will fall for it.
It's true.
G-Dog's messaged us and he's offering me a spectral for 5 sol because he needs liquidity.
Yeah,
Not happening.
I'm sure he does.
Yeah, but ultimately, like you say, you let your guard down for 1 minute, and if these guys get lucky and the two line up, bang, you've lost your asset.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot. That's for sure.
No, it doesn't.
Shall we go through the Gecko website together? Would you be down for that?
Absolutely. Let me. I'll see it. Let it bring it up. I've got the tab there.
Boom. There we go. I mean, like, that looks awesome, doesn't it?
You're on the old one.
Oh shit.
So that one's got all the lore. That's got all the lore on. Let me send you. Hang on. Official links. That's where we get official links from, and official website. Oh my good God! Right. Can I just copy that link? Visitate. Right. Command C, and where you at? Yeah, that's the original website. This is that's the official app.
Gotcha. I got through here I got to here through the Twitter.
Oh, did it?
Yeah.
Yeah, there you are. You're on.
Nice. So they do have a tail.
Yeah, part of the hidden lore. Even the seats have got holes in.
Yeah, true. Looks awesome.
No,
open the garage.
Yeah, so that's where you stake and record. But if you go to the top, if you go on the guide or my garage and things like that, that's where you can get like the information.
Shall I go to onboarding or Galactic Guide?
Absolutely, just go to onboarding there. So, like you say, on the left, you do have a bit of backstory, but then you also have the sponsor Gecko, how to purchase, and then you've got protections. So you've got like just a little bit of information on burner wallets. Oh, sorry, where are you at? I'm not even looking at your screen. I'm looking at my screen.
That's all good. It's all good. Whatever you deem best.
I was more just looking at the Protect Your Gecko, which just gives you, like, just because that's what we were talking about before. We were talking about certain scams and things. So it's on the second from the bottom there, Protect Your Gecko, and it's like I say, it's just general information. But the one thing you can't always assume is someone's coming into this with the same knowledge base or experience that you or I would have.
Yeah, that makes sense. I like it because, like, at the end of the day, like, you guys are providing some kind of a safe space, by like a better term, for like newer Web3 users at the end of the day.
Yeah, I'm just having a look through. So that's a fun one. Up at the top right is the tools. If you go into Gecko Rarity,
oh, I mean, this one.
Yeah. So the first four are the faction leaders. So obviously the first one's absolutely hideous, but the Barada one. But again, I mean, these were selling for like thousands of Solana on the because the 1-of-1s, the first four. But because I think part of the lore is there was a load of honorees as well when they first came out, but that's for another time. But like you say, if you look at so if you click on one, if you go to rank 7 there, have a look at the. So if you have a look at it, that brings up your different traits, and it brings up the level of rarity.
That's
Maybe-
interesting that you have like a class higher than Mythic.
Yeah, ultra. Like, so when we were talking before about that that augmented with 3, which was a triple ultra. I don't even know where it is.
Yeah, it was. Which one was it again?
So if you search orgs, so if you go to mouth of midgets at the bottom, mouth, and then go to augmented.
This one?
No, and then if you go to the eye trait on the.
Oh wait, I actually know how I got there. I got there through going through Genuine's portfolio wallet. Which one was it again?
Oh, the eyes was Sunbeam. If you type in SUN, it should.
Sunbeams. There we go.
And then you'd have to go for ones that aren't for sale. Yeah. There, that one. So it's number 8227. So let's see. This is what I mean. I could just spend all day doing this. Yeah. So have a look at the stats on that. It's just absolutely ridiculous. So if you come out there and just go onto the search at the top, there'll be a search box.
8227.
Yeah.
Rank 80. Yeah, that's sick.
Yeah, triple ultra. I don't think there'll be many of them.
No, probably not. That's very interesting. So who owned, like, because like this one is listed for sale for like something stupid, right? Like what's up with, like, is it known who owns these?
I can't make none. I know the only one is a JPEG Lord, I think, owns the Tagari, which is the robot one. And then Sir Wen Moon, maybe? I can't make none. I don't know who owns it. I just know that the rank 2, the Mar 2, is owned by Wiz, who pushes the narrative of always Mar 2. So I think that's got some incredible stats on the game as well. So I think he's made sure, because I know he does assist with the in-game stuff. So it wouldn't surprise me if that ends up being the best gecko in the game.
Probably. I wouldn't be surprised either. Damn.
And
yeah,
then
I mean, like,
the other fun stuff is just because you got, so if you go to Geckolizer on the tools and you drop it down,
yep,
you go to the Geckolizer at the bottom. This is where we come back to like about community, about having fun, about not expecting anything. So you literally, when you've got your bear market, or you've got it when people are down, or like, just people aren't having a good time, just literally hop on the Geckolizer, like literally jump on, pick a particular thing. So what we got? Select product, enter gecko. So let's just put that 8227 in, and then you select a product, and you can literally just make anything you want with that particular gecko.
Nice.
And there's loads of them. You can see there's ones for like Halloween, St. Patrick's Day, Christmas, barbecues. They're all over. And it's just a fun, daft thing that we do just to keep the vibes up. It's just, like you say, just a bit of fun. But like that one, yeah, I love that.
I think it's at the end of the day, like, NFT should be fun, right? Like, and at the end of the day, you should be, I mean, like, it's very competitive, because like there's not a whole bunch of people who are interested in like joining these kind of ecosystems. But like, I think it's fair to say you want to give like people as many reasons to join your ecosystem rather than just like going for like the other one.
That's exactly it. You're buying something. You're buying art. You're buying into a community, and you're just enjoying the journey together. If you're not enjoying the journey, or you've got these expectations, then you've bought in for the wrong reason.
It's true.
Right? So I go back to that example of just buying a pack of cards with my little one. It's just you're buying something to enjoy a moment together, and that's what you're doing here.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, interesting, man. So, what do you think that Geckos will have achieved within like 6 months from now?
So 6 months from now, I believe, so we're talking to be end of the year. I believe the target for Redacted. So we've done the early play test of the game. There's been like a couple of tournaments just for people to get a feel of it and things like that, and to provide feedback. I know the team, like I say, all volunteers are working on it in between other stuff. So I do believe that's scheduled before the end of the year.
Mhm.
Fifth faction, I keep asking, but no one genuinely, it'll just pop up. It'll just be one day we'll just get told, oh, here drops the fifth faction. Because the other thing that people get frustrated with in all communities or in all walks of life is if you tell someone something's going to happen and it gets pushed back, then all you're doing is create disappointment. Whereas if you just build hype and just enjoy the ride along the way, and whatever comes, whether it's airdrops, whether it's something you've been looking forward to as part of the project, then you enjoy it when it comes. But if you set a deadline for something and it doesn't happen, then then people are up in arms. But I believe that the massive flush out of NFT projects is exactly what we needed. You had the massive ramp up. Scammers just rejoiced as they just launched all this nonsense, and it all just flatlined and died, which is great, because what's left in the ashes are communities and teams and art that has shown if you're going to go through the worst of them times, you're going to come out of it so much higher. And there has been a little bit of a renaissance over the last few months for NFTs, and long may it continue, but it doesn't alter my investment strategy or my enjoyment of Geckos. Whatever comes. I know I'm in the best hands possible.
I think that's fair. I think like NFTs are in a very, very, very interesting spot right now. I can see us. I think like we're a whole lot closer to a bottom than to a top, if you will, right? Like we had like as much of a changing hands as one can imagine. And like honestly, I think like especially with like Ethereum NFTs, I would not be surprised if in a year from now we'd be like significantly higher than where we are right here right now.
Yeah, I mean things just need time to mature, and it depends on your mindset. Like, did you buy into something during the hype and now you're bag holding it and not enjoying it, or did you buy into something with a mindset that I think the digital collectibles within 5 years, within however many years, might go stratospheric? And if that's your view, which mine is, then all you've got to do is just sit and enjoy what you've got. And that's very easy when you're surrounded by other people who after 4 years are still laughing at particular traits or still trying to battle each other for particular matching sets.
Absolutely.
I don't speak for Geckos, but that's my experience is we enjoy it.
Yeah, I mean, like you gotta, that's one thing you cannot teach people, right? Like you need to genuinely enjoy being like I preach like autism in my streams, but like it's kind of a joke, no joke kind of thing, because you need to be an autistic fuck to enjoy like collecting these things, right? Like you need to open your wallet and be like, oh my god, look at me, mom, I've made it, look at my portfolio.
I mean, if you spoke about this like 5 years ago and you said like this person's going to spend X amount of thousands on a picture of a space lizard with some miniature pets on its shoulder, like you'd be locked up. But you look at the way art's going now, you look at the way AI stuff's going, like, and you look at the way blockchain ownership's going. like and stuff getting tokenized, whether it's stocks, real world assets, things like that. So I don't, for any stretch of the imagination, think that this is over. I just think you have to be an adult and have a long term horizon and enjoy what you're doing.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, like, whenever I get like these kind of questions in the live streams, like, what is like the best NFT to buy? I'm like, you're literally listening to a guy in his mid 30s with a fucking cat mask on, and you're gonna ask them for financial advice. Like, you should do whatever makes you happy, right? Like, we can have like, you can try to get an edge with technical analysis. You can try to get an edge with like fundamental analysis. But more than anything, join these communities. Go with like whatever art you like, and equally don't go for debt projects. Like, I see like so many people who go to like some of these dying projects who are like, well, I want to get like the outperformance. I mean, like, we're already in like kind of a risky market as it is. You might as well just go with like some of like the better projects there. But just go with whatever you like, whatever you fuck with.
Just go with sustainability. Go with something that's battle tested. Give yourself the best chance you can. And if you join something that's stuck through the bear market and has not only
That's true,
but got better and bigger, then you should be doing all right. But if you go chasing hype, then you're just setting yourself up for failure. And
are there
time.
Sorry for interrupting, G-Dog.
No problem.
Are there, and this is not geckos related, right? But like, you are like a hardcore collector, as, and by the sounds of it, as hardcore as it gets. Are you geckos only, or are there other collections you're high on as well?
No, only, and that is purely because, I mean, I try and show up every day that I can, and if I'm away with work, I'll pop in for 5 minutes, 10 minutes a day. But I don't want to spread myself. I know what I've got here. Like you say, I certainly don't speak down on other communities, because the whole point, what's the point in that? What's the point in shouting down on other communities? If you want this very small niche space to win, then you have to all win together. And there's nothing to gain by, I'm better than you, we flipped you in floor price.
No, I agree.
We're all adults, and if you want to win, you can't go batting down other teams. There's no one wins there. You know, the crabs.
I very much agree there. Yeah, I mean, like, you know what? We'll probably get to like a point of like PvPing again, right? Like, till as all this time. But like, you know what? I think right now it's kind of PvP in like the chain kind of thing, right? Like Solana versus Ethereum, or like Bitcoin versus Solana, or whatever you want to put it. Like, I think like the pie is more than big enough, and not even on a chain change versus chain, right? Like, as long as digital collectibles are going to be a thing, more than likely on all of the battle tested chains, like, we're all going to be eating well.
There's absolutely no benefit to try and pull someone else down. Like you say, you keep going back to that crab in the pot analogy. There's no benefit. And sure as hell, like you just said, it will happen. If there's a bit of a renaissance, you'll see projects trying to get ahead of each other and pull each other down. And I think, like you say, you have to have the PPP mindset. You have to bring each other up if you want to win. Do different things. Get a little bit tribal. Yeah, that's a bit fun. You know, it happens in everything, sports, everything. But don't turn it so toxic that someone looking from outside says, I'd like to join Geckos, but you know what? I've seen the way they're behaving towards Mad Lads, to Gods, Clanos.
It's true.
You know, and you just put someone off, and you never know who's going to come in, who might be someone who's going to come in with size. So, no, it's not for me. And if ever I've seen that, then it wouldn't happen. So, yeah.
No, I fully agree there. And especially now, I kind of feel that right now, I believe like we're in the age of collectors, right? Like I'm seeing like many individuals who are just like cherry picking on like the favorite of cherry picking their favorite pieces within their favorite collectors. And there are so many holders who have P-Gods, Matlats, Geckos. I mean, like, look at Top Blaster, for example, like the one who just came into mind, right? Like, he has a bunch of well, he has a bunch of all of them, but always is repping Geckos. And like equally, like you have like so many people just like having allocations and like many collections, but like equally repping their favorite ones. And I think like that's kind of how it should be.
Yeah, I mean, one of the things I always noticed about Genuine over the years is I'm pretty sure he'll have one of most collections, and he will buy one just to support. So he's got like, well, I think he had a one of the SMB Gen 2s, which is like pretty historic, or it's got provenance in that collection, and he buys to support. Although he is 100% like Geckos, if you like, he's 100% Solana ecosystem. He wants everyone to win. And the other thing I was just going to comment, I was looking at the recent activity on the sales bot. I don't know why I'm pointing like that. You can't see where I'm pointing.
No worries.
But the one thing that I always love about Geckos is people just don't come in and buy a load of floors and then list them higher or whatever. If you look at the recent sales, you've got a couple of neons there. People generally buy what they like. And I think that's always one of the nice things about a collection. If you see that people aren't just sweeping the first four that they see on the floor, they'll look and say, "Oh well, for an extra couple of SOL, I can get that spectral." That is amazing, by the way. That I absolutely.
I was just looking at this one. Holy shit, that looks good, dude.
Yeah, I love that one. It's absolutely savage.
Yeah. I mean, you gotta appreciate like the blackness of like the faction, as well as like the eye, as well as like the armor it has. Like I was very nice.
Yeah, absolutely incredible Gecko. And that's what I love to see is when you go through the bot and you see that like, oh, people have paid like a little bit more because they've bought something that they like. And that's what collectors do. Rather than flippers, people buying the floor and then listing it for a SOL extra, things like that. You know what I mean? That's never changed.
Sure.
That's never changed in the 4 years I've been here. It's always been the same.
I mean, like, but you know what? And I'm very much the same, because like whenever I sell one of my pieces, and I value it more so when it goes to like a collector rather than a flipper, because like I'm kind of like bleeding when I see it just like being hoarded out on secondary markets, if I'm just being honest, like afterwards. But still, like, the extra volume, you'd rather have the volume than like the disinterest, right?
I mean, because people have spoken in the past and said, "Oh, the reason I never joined Geckos is because the volume's so low." Well, number one, your royalties are at 7.5, which you said, and the second is it's a collector mindset. And if we've got, what did we say before, 800 and something that are completely off the market, and about 75% which are staked for a year, that's not a flipper mindset. That's a collector mindset. And like you say, the beautiful thing is it's not for everyone. So it works for collectors, it works for us. It keeps away people who just want to come in and make a quick half a SOL. Nothing wrong with that, but it's not generally the people that would be attracted to geckos. I mean, the other thing is, I was going to say bring my collection up, because I don't think I've bought a floor in 4 years.
You want to go through your collection real quick, or do you feel uncomfortable doing that?
Oh, I don't mind. Where? Oh, so I'll just send you my.
Sure.
Dashboard.
Let's judge you on your spending behavior. There you go. Oh geez. I can't, like, dang.
Like you say, there's some of them I just look at and smile now. I just laugh at.
So like one thing which is kind of interesting to me is that they all seem to still be in like the same contract address. They don't get burned, like they're just staked for
Yeah.
eternally, right?
Yeah.
Which are the ones which got burned or like staked?
What immortal?
Yeah.
Uh, We need to connect your wallet.
The black on black is pretty fucking cool too, right?
That's ridiculous. Yeah, it's my favorite. It's my profile picture. Yeah.
So that's your profile picture.
Yeah. So even the neon's he's not immortal. Yeah. So even top left's immortal. That's my Donald Trump gecko.
Oh.
With the space rat.
Yeah. Dang. It's the space rat. Like I see it listed at floor price.
That's an ultra trait.
Yeah, I guess like with like the lack of liquidity, you often see that people just dump shit for floor price, right?
Yeah, and that's kind of where I always talk about like snipers, because literally if something gets floored and it's got an ultra trait or something, then it does not last. It does not last on the floor. Either someone will quickly grab it or someone will just say, I don't have liquidity, but have you seen what's just been put near the floor? And it gets taken up because collectors want to collect.
Oh yeah, and I think it's fair to say that like you guys got some like crazy good collectors. Nice number 2222. Nice art. I mean, like this is probably like my favorite part about like what I do with like these kind of interviews. Have like people who are elbow deep within these communities, just like all talk about like the things they really like.
I mean, that gecko there, that one there has just got an entire backstory that we just came up with during the bear market. So I called him Chuckles. And just somehow I think I was at work. I must have been night shift. So then I just started writing short stories about him. It's ridiculous, but now, like you say, he's forever mine. He's on my wall behind us, and we just had so much fun with him. My little boy bought that one.
This one?
Yeah, no, the one you were just on, the one Tagari.
Oh, your little boy got taste. Dang.
Yeah, it was on his wall for a while. I was like, that's Dad's. But he claimed ownership.
I think like the mouthpiece is like very good looking as well, right?
Yeah. The augmented lens.
Yeah. Damn. I mean, like it's hard not to like.
Well, that one there was DGen Poet. If you go up and up one more, that one there, that one you got the mouse on that was the one that DGen Poet used for his typewriter art. So I get listed, and I bought that. It wasn't long ago, actually, maybe a month, a couple of weeks, something. But yeah, I recognized it, and I was like, I'm sure that's the one that he used for the typewriter art. So yeah, that got straight into my collection.
So nice.
Bit of Solana history.
And I mean, like you paid like a criminal amount for that as well.
Yeah. Again, with no expectations. It's just I knew that was a particular piece that had some Solana lore behind it. I don't think Solana's going anywhere. I don't think geckos are going anywhere. So
no,
I just added to my collection as I seen fit.
That's great, man. That's absolutely awesome. Dude, I mean, like we've been going on for nearly like an hour and a half. Is there like anything before we close off? Because like it's very easy to talk about this, right? Like, are there any like other subjects you'd like to touch upon, or would you reckon that like most people listening to this stream would have like, I've got like a great idea about geckos?
I think hopefully we've been through enough. I mean, like you say, I'm it's an interview to talk about NFTs and geckos, which I'm extremely grateful for. Like I would never sit here and tell someone buy this, do that. That's not what I'm about.
Sure.
If you can just see the way we've spoke through this entire interview, just about the enjoyment of the collecting, about being with adults and about being with a community, there's so much secondary stuff happening that you can benefit from, whether it's financial, whether it's knowledge, whether it's training. I've got very little interest in trying to do a lot with AI, but there's people who've got careers, and there's a whole AI channel, people talking about Claude and the other ones. You know, that's a massive benefit to someone else. And what, for the entry price of a gecko, and you get the art, you get the safety, you get the community. It's a community where you're not going to be any poorer by joining, put it that way. You're going to enhance your life skills, and you're going to have fun doing it. And if the cards fall right for us as collectors and NFT holders and soul holders, you might do very well out of it in the future. But it's a very easy pitch for me, if you like.
I mean, like, I'm a fan of geckos. I think with like the what you said, if I can just like summarize it to, it's about like collecting, it's about community, it's about like value adding for your community members, it's about like this journey of like moving this project forward, and it's about the art, right? Enjoying the art, enjoy collecting the art. I think like the immortal staking, I'm not sure if that's something which ticks my box, right? Which is fine. I mean, like, I just want to be like, at some point, like, there's always like a point where I would not mind like parting with like some of the assets, right? But I think like you don't do anything wrong with, well, like getting like giving people the choice with whatever they want to do. I mean, like, I'm a fan of, for like the longest time now, I've looked to just like get my hands on one myself, but for whatever reason I always seem to like slip over banana peel and something happens. Anything in life is opportunity cost, right? So but I'm sure I'll get there. I have not heard like a single kind of red flag whatsoever. I'm a fan. Like, I'll probably just like wait for like the right kind of gecko to pop up, and I'll just like get deeper into like the traits, etc., etc. I like the art. I think I get the art is not for everyone, but I do like it a lot. I think it's great. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it from my end, brother.
No, well, like you say, thank you very much for having us on. It's always a pleasure just to come on and just enjoy going through them. I mean, I think it got to a point where I had my phone out and I was showing you the trait photo I've got on my phone, and I could have went on and on. You know, this could have been like a Lord of the Rings style video. So I'm glad you managed to keep it under 3 hours. But no, I enjoyed it, and you know yourself, you're in public chat. You got any questions or you want us to link you to threads, just give us a shout and I can do that for you.
You know what? I do have like one question, because like I actually had this question myself, and I think like many people would be helped if we deal with this question right here, right now. You see a lot of these geckos with like the royalties being increased, right? Can you elaborate on that?
Yeah. So, what am I allowed to say? So, I think essentially you have platforms where people lend against and things like that. So
yeah,
what I understand, and I hope to God I'm not wrong, if someone's been drained or someone's had something happen to them, then the easiest way to offload them is to put them on these particular sites where you can use them for collateral and things like that. So essentially what that is, that's a protection, and it would be dealt with in tickets privately away from public view. But the reason they're at 98 is probably because they've been compromised or they've been in some sort of incident, and what the scammer is trying to do is sell them. So a layer of protection is like
gotcha.
increasing the royalties until it gets further dealt with. But then it goes down, it gets investigated and all that. But that's I'm not involved in that. But that's what that is. If you see a warning sign, speak to a mod or someone in public chat, and we'll discuss it privately about what the options are.
Gotcha. I think like that makes a lot of sense. Actually, I think it's good that you guys have like some security there.
Well, we won't go into it because we'll be a massive can of worms. But sell side royalties, all this nonsense that happened over the last years with marketplaces has completely turned collectors into wash trading bots. So, buy side royalties, sell side royalties. There's such an easy way to fix that issue you're seeing there, and maybe in the next few months or maybe this year we see marketplaces either turn round or replaced by something else. But we'll see. That's for the future.
I think like Orbis is actually like implementing like buyer sell royalties.
Orbis is doing that, and Artifact is coming out as well. And I think there's something else on the horizon.
Ooh, actually true. I had like one of your fellow geckos reaching out to me on like something like they're cooking. I don't want to spill the beans, but like I mean like it's gonna be interesting. Like I'm not sure what I can say or whatever, but like I'm just like very, very, very interested, and like especially if it would be coming from you guys.
I'm just enjoying watching that. Like it's not just NFTs, it's stocks as well. Like everything's starting to get tokenized, and if you can't step back and look at the bigger picture and think what that means for tokenized art, tokenized stocks, tokenized real world assets, people have had the massive run up, they've had the massive run down, and if you're just patient and you've got the collector mindset, I think you'll do very well. So just have fun while you're doing it.
Amen. All right, G-Dog, like thank you for coming on. I hope you consider me a friend. Like I kind of feel like wait, sorry, one thing I nearly forgot. You guys allegedly are about to have like a big week. What's up with that?
Okay, so believe it or not, no one tells me anything, but I do know that the one thing again I do love about Geckos is you can just wake up one day and there'll be something there waiting for you, and generally we always say going to be a big week. I seen Genuine last week post something on X, didn't he? Yeah, he did. He posted something on X saying it quietly. It's been one of the best weeks for geckos in the background. Yeah. Again, with me being on UK hours, I do sometimes struggle to tie in with him because he's US. Yeah, I think that's it there, the one with the jumper. I think he posts, but it was he was saying that something's happened behind the scenes. I don't know. I think that's one of the beauties of the whole GGSG like experience is like you're not going to be privy to something, so you can preempt something. He keeps his cards close to his chest, but I would never doubt the man for a minute. So let's just see. There's always there's always a geckalizer for that.
I mean, like I'm sure that one day we're gonna have him on as well. For sure.
Yeah, it just wouldn't surprise us.
What's that?
If you just keep scrolling up, I'm sure it was after that one. Yeah, there you are. That one up there. This has been quietly almost bullish week.
Very interesting.
He's got very clever ways of making you just need more geckos, and it works.
I mean, I hear you. All right, brother. Like, thank you for your time. I've had the blast, and I hope you had too.
Thank you.
This has been amazing. Like, I spent like a long time like getting one of you guys on, and it did not disappoint one bit. I absolutely enjoyed it. Thank you for coming on. I've always like had like a shitload of questions on like Galactic Geckos, and I think like pretty much like all of them are answered. More than like when am I going to bite the bullet, because like I think like you guys are Well, rightfully so. Like considered one of the blue chips.
No, well, like you say, you've got me in public chat or DMs. Anything you need to know or any information you want, just give me a shout. And I'm always happy to help.
I appreciate it, brother. Well, thank you for coming on, and let's talk soon.
No problem. No problem. Well, thanks very much. Cheers. Now.
Pleasure's mine. Thank you. So what are we thinking, chat? I think that one was absolutely fantastic. Having said that, I will be back in like what? Give me a minute or 10. I think that's fair. Get some food in, and I'll be back in a little bit. Let me actually set the timer up properly. Boom. What up? What up? So that's geckos for you, folks. Let's have a look in the rest of the market, though. Boom. There you go. I mean, like in the past 7 days, right? Like, I think it's fair to say that we're seeing some kind of a stagnation in past week, a little bit, right? Past week, what? Klenos, same. SMB +6. Klenos, whatever, 4. Matlats -12. Geckos -7. Famous Foxes -9.5. Gigots -4. I think like the big question right here, right now is like, how do we go from here, folks? I think that's the thing. What is going to be just interesting to watch, right? Is it going to be, oh, this rally is going to fill yet again, or do we finally see some push through? No push, only poo. I mean, like, might be right. Might be right. We seen some huge fucking sell-offs. So with, I think like OK Bears has been quite big with the sell-offs. I think Utes have been, I wouldn't say wrecked, but like, I mean, let's just call it like it is. If they're gonna do something, I think right now is the time. And if not, then fuck me sideways. Just FWI, good to see you on the screen again doing your thing. Appreciate it, brother. I mean, like, I didn't really stop though. Like, I literally had like a 4-day hiatus, something like that. sometimes it's just like a little tricky to balance these things, right? But make no mistake, we are not stopping whatsoever. If anything, shit, we're just getting started, folks. 4 days is 2 years in crypto. True. Yeah, I'll stop slacking. Well, broke Pepe, like, what would you like me to treat, right? What do you want me to have a look at? There's some nice utes at the floor, though. Some really, really, really nice utes. NFTs are in the lobby waiting at the moment. True. They're in the lobby talking shit to each other. I'm not too worried about it though. Like, you need some consolidation for like bigger moves up. Or it would be just like maybe we're wrong. It's possible. Anything is possible, right? But like I highly doubt it. I think it's a lot of retests, right? Like if you're looking at I mean, like, this is a good DGOT though. I like this one a lot. A lot. Season 3 looks awesome. Grr! Chronic, happy to see you here, brother. Jordan Peterson loves you being here. Be the monster you ought to be. What? Do not act like a monster would. Cap Peterson. It's true. Go far enough to get yourself the collection you deserve. But do not go too far to where your family dies of hunger. Oh my god, yeah, Jordan Peterson, eh? CPI report just dropped. What's the CPI? Ugh. When can he show it live? I mean, you'd have to ask Kenny for that one. Consumer price index, yeah. So what are we seeing within the market? Isn't it kind of funny how allegedly Bitcoin was supposed to be like the hedge against inflation, and then it's like whenever like inflation numbers are up, like it just gets wrecked. Prepare for shorts and a rebound. Possibly. Possibly. But what if that's not the case, right? Who knows? It might be so. What about like how about like consumer price index for NFTs, right? Like what's the dealio there? Would you reckon my NFT is like a good hedge against inflation? I'm not gonna lie though, for DGOTs, I would definitely love for it to close above this level. But until then, I wonder if we're gonna get like this this kind of retest. I wonder. I'll tell you guys this, and he got to 100. Yeah, I think so. Not in a heartbeat, but I think like down the line we'll definitely get there. He got to 100 is where here. Let's see what that's gonna look like, right? When did the CPI drop? An hour ago? Clean break above resistance. Yeah, I mean like it does look like it, right? 30 minutes ago CPI came out. Interesting times, folks. Interesting indeed. let's see. Well, nice rounded bottom in that break. So not being vertical break shows consistent action. It shows autistic action. To me, it shows like the broskies are ready to party. Yeah. Yeah. It's true. Yeah, I mean, like, shit. I cannot imagine like anyone who's fucking retarded enough to buy at these prices, they're not gonna sell here, right? All I need in life is for this pattern to complete, and I'll actually be happy. Would that be too much to ask, folks? Delusional? Maybe. Having a good time in the meantime? Absolutely. Are you kidding me? So that's that for DGOTs. And like the cool thing is, Utes look the exact fucking same. Do I have FIP levels for this? Yes, sir. So honestly, I would not. I think like the last target for DGOTs on the, or like again, folks, stop asking me what you have to buy. I don't care whatever you buy, but like I can tell you what I'm doing. I am waiting for like a, jeez, no, retest of this 618. And there's just so much. Boom, 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 boom. There we go. Growers. Let's see. Growers. I mean, like, it looks the exact fucking same as yesterday. Oh my god, though. This looks pretty good. Let's see what has been listed recently. That looks pretty fucking sick. But you know what? The part with growers is, right? Just buy one and upgrade your NFT as you go. I think like that's the way to go. Like Chronic, feel free to fill me in there, but I think that is what making the most sense. Be part of the ecosystem. Enjoy it a little bit. I mean, like this skin is nuts. For anyone tuning in, by the way, like I probably will not be able to do tonight's town hall, sadly, for medieval. Something popped up in real life. Everything is good, but I cannot, like, it is what it is. This one I cannot join, sadly. Potentially like 15 minutes. I mean, like growers, like looks good. Looks good. The only thing which makes it like a little trickier is that it does not have a whole lot of volume, but like equally, like it's kind of like the same self-fulfilling prophecy, right? So like inverse head and shoulders here. Some amazing pieces at even at the floor, I believe. The interesting part with growers is that it does not take a whole lot. I mean, there's just not a lot of liquidity there, right? So if anyone starts to sweep for what? We don't watch trade, all organic. Organic is key to strong community. Yeah. But basically, if one would spend like what, 50 Solana, the floor price would go up by what, 4x, 3x, 3.5, which is interesting, right? The only thing I'll say is that the chart on USD is slightly different, I'd reckon. But yeah, I mean, like, that's not good or bad. That's just literally what it fucking is. So anyways, like Chronic, you reckon we're gonna go down with crypto in general? So far, it's not happening. Until we are, obviously, right? But like, very interesting. Just imagine if we'd actually like go to 50. That'll be brutal. 50 on Bitcoin. That'd be, oh. That would be brutal, folks. Slightly not reacting as volatile as analysts predicted. Yeah. Fire that fucking analyst. Make him stop talking shit. But who knows? Like the volatility might still come. It's going to be interesting what it does, right? Like it'll be interesting if people will be like, hey, if Solana's going to come down, then would it be safer to just lock your liquidity into JPEGs? But a strong rebound. Yeah, fair. Let's see. You know what, folks? Like the market is kind of fucking boring right now. A little bit. Yeah, I mean, Matlots, I'm very, very, very curious to see what we're gonna see. I saw, I thought I saw this one sell for so much less though. Interesting, interesting, interesting. Let's have a look at rogues. Looks pretty good, I think. Unless we're not. But rogues, I believe, should have some news sometime soon, right? Like I talked to the guys. That was quite interesting. I believe they're working on some kind of trade-based fucking thing. I'm not sure. By the way, quick shill, folks. Like if you're liking this kind of alpha, like and subscribe. Follow me on Twitter. And more than anything, right? Rather than follow me on Twitter, share the channel with your friends. If you'd have any. I mean, like, I do not have too many friends. Hence, I have like so much time to do this shit to begin with, right? So we're on a mission to simplify some kind of trade thing. I'm not sure. Haha. True. Yeah, I mean, like, something with Karoots, right? John, having said that, let's reboot this shit. I believe like we kind of missed out something. Radioactive skin swap. Radioactive is a new skin. True. So, do you have like any intel when the radioactive skin would be there? Mm-mm-mm. It is ready to go whenever DF feels the time is right. Ooh. Whenever he feels the time is right, eh? So is that like quantified in whatever way, shape, or form, or like literally whenever he feels like it? I'm sure he has a master plan, keeping close to the vest. Fair. I mean, I also reached out to Legion Founder to put out the news to this channel. Let's look at our friends at Dirty Mitts. Ew. Oh. Mitts going back to 0. Oh. Oh no. I don't think mitts are gonna go back to 0 though. Just whenever like I'm playing a character, folks. Very reminiscent of growers as well, right? I think like we're simply retesting this bitch. I would not know why. I think it's going to be A-okay if I were to guess on this one. And if not, then we're getting cucked. It's like Candy Apple saying like, hey, you see that chair in the corner? You can go sit on it. Not my words, folks. That's literally Candy Apple speaking to you. Next announcement sends us to Valhalla. I think so. I think so. Not gonna lie though, that's an ugly fucking monthly candle. Holy shit. It's true. Plus the shakeup of the unnamed has probably caused a delay. But it was needed. But it was needed to be done. I would not know what you're talking about. Just imagine Cap Peterson saying that Jordan Peterson plus the shakeup of the unnamed has probably caused a delay, but it was needed to be done. Yeah. Probably David Attenborough will be a better one for that one. I mean, shit. Like, I'm not gonna lie. NFTs right here right now does. I mean, like, it's a little bit dry though, right? It's. I think like a few weeks ago, like we had like a lot more going on, other than. I mean, like the we had Reposa doing well with their partnership announcement with. Gains this one, I would suggest snagging some off. To be honest, I actually like sent them a message literally like 5 to 10 minutes ago. Rico does not have time, so their boy Train is next. So Train, if you're listening to this, why don't you join the litter box, brother? Why don't you just take a seat here? Why don't you take a seat right over there, Train? Train is legit. Rico is very, very busy. I'm not disputing that. I'm sure he is. I mean, like we've had like so many names on, right? So what the fuck happened here? This wallet literally bought a I think it's a lucky buy. Who owns this one? DJ Monk. I mean, for what? What did he buy the shit for? 130 soul lucky buy? For what? Like, chat, like, am I missing something? Like, is it that good of a SMB? I'm sure it is. Wait. How much does this guy have, though? DJ Monkey. It's a girl, huh? The guy seems to have enough gains, if anything. A fuck ton of everything. I mean, like, he is like some interesting he has some interesting kind of ratios, that's for sure. He's a willing THC and D and GOTM shares and gains. I mean, like, he's not a will in DGOTs, it seems. He has two. But I mean, like, he could pretty much buy whatever he wants. I'll use another wallet, jam full. There you go. Ugh. Real ones, no. Anyways, I think, folks, I think that's it for today. This is actually like the moment where I'm gonna announce my next one. Is this the time, chat? Is it? I think it is. Let me cook a little bit. Give me like a second or two. Let me cook here for a second. Tomorrow, we're gonna have another guest on. Is this true though? EST. It's actually not true. I do have something on, but it seems I made a mistake. There we go. There we go. Boom. Boom. What the fuck happened to clear collectibles? That's early. Ugly. Yeah, so what happened was that the founder literally just stopped working on it. And basically, so this is my opinion, folks, right? I think it's a valid opinion because I used to have like a shitload of them. The founder employed someone and who basically had all of the responsibility, but whenever it came to like the decision making, he never got like the liberty to push through, right? So you can basically hire people, and if you're not gonna give them like to do like a certain task, but whenever you're gonna give people like a mountain of responsibilities, and whenever it comes down to decision making, you are the bottleneck, then that makes you a shit founder, right? They play kick, they can slow rock, yeah. So the founder literally TH, who has a monad kind of what's it called again on monad? It's a project, like it's prediction market kind of thing. Kizzy. They're choosing to just like burn it down slowly for whatever reason. All right. Let me just share my latest message or like my latest post. Fuck Mona. True. Heard Sango willed into L5 ETH coins. Interesting. So yeah, check my latest message, folks. Tomorrow, in what, 26 and a half hours from now? No, 25 and a half hours from now. Is that true? Is that true? $25 and a half hours from now, we're gonna have primates on yet again. Allegedly, they have something to show for. Gonna be real interesting. It's true. Cat Peterson knows. Cat Attenborough knows as well. Tomorrow, we have primates showing off what they've been developing. Allegedly, some news is about to come out. So yeah, let's see what the fuck they've been cooking, right? I cannot wait to have them on. It's always a pleasure to have 527 hats on. There, I mean, like probably one of the easiest people to talk to. It's true. It's true. And yeah, I mean, like folks, sadly I cannot be here with the what's it called, with the fucking medievals stream, or the medievals town hall, potentially for the first 15 minutes. But yeah, I think like that's it. That's gonna be it for today. I mean, like numbers have been like not the best. I mean, like pretty decent, but like I think like the lesson learned, I should not stream at like 1 p.m. CET. That's just like a shit time. And I need my American friends, right? Like it's true. It's true. God, no, please, no. Oh, God. Yeah, well, I mean, that's going to be it for now, folks. Thank you so much for tuning in. Truly appreciate it. If you like the content, do not just follow me. Spread the word, right? We're on a mission to I mean, like, we're definitely going to be like the best Solana NFT channel. Who are we kidding? So yeah, on to the next one. I will see you guys tomorrow at 5 p.m. CET. Do not forget to fucking rep the latest announcement. Check it out. We're gonna have primates on, and subscribe or you're gay. Well, that's your words. And if anyone is taking offense to what has just been said, then you are the problem. We are just saying this as a compliment. If you're gay, that's the best compliment anyone could ever give. Well, anyone, right? Who are we kidding? So yeah, on to the next one. Appreciate you guys. I'm purring out, and on to the next one. Bye.